Yo, what's good, YouTube, man? I'm back doing another video. It's your boy DVJ, man. Merkk DVJ. We back in the building, and we're gonna react to what would have happened to music artists if TikTok was banned. Like, y'all know that shit was finna be banned. That shit was banned for like 14 hours. The whole world, motherfucking shook up. Motherfuckers was walking around here like zombies. Like nobody didn't know what to do, and it's crazy that it's like that, but it's just the algorithm on TikTok is just too wild to where you can make one song and out of the 30 seconds, if the 30 seconds of the song went viral, you were getting a $5 million record deal off rip. It's crazy. Like, so many people that made money with TikTok that shit was felt when it went down. And I'm not making crazy money on TikTok, but the reach that you get on there just from me posting my clips and media and just posting media shit for Next Paradigm Shift, crazy. The reach is crazy. And if y'all for Next Paradigm Shift too, if you got music, I want to start reviewing people music more on that channel. You know what I'm saying? So y'all send y'all music for that, but people were like really like just trying to see what would happen to the music industry if TikTok was gone. And I don't know, what do y'all think would happen to the music industry if TikTok was gone? Like, y'all let me know in the comments, cause I think it would have been harder to break through, but we would have got better music if TikTok is gone. TikTok, you just making a 1 minute song, you know, just trying to get it to go viral real quick and get your bag. But let's see, what would have happened? This is not what would have happened to music because TikTok is back. So let's see what would have been.
If you've been keeping up with the news recently, you've probably heard about TikTok being banned in America just over a week from now. TikTok's potential ban has been floating around the political sphere since early 2020, but
and it's crazy because they really banned that motherfucker. That shit was down. Let me know in the comments if y'all really felt the presence of TikTok being down. I know a lot of people didn't give a fuck, but a lot of people gave a fuck. But if you making money, if you making $10, $20, $30,000 on something that got taken away, you gonna feel it.
It wasn't until April of last year that America was given the earliest date for when the platform would be banned on January 19th, 2025. That means we're now just over a week away from the ban going into effect, and the narrative has continued to shift on what the fate of the short-form content prodigy is and how this will affect creators and small businesses that have been able to successfully grow their following by leveraging the app's generous algorithm. The app began to really hit the ground running between 2019 and 2020. This is where the content started to branch off from what you would normally see in its adverts back then and grew into what it is today. A platform where anybody from anywhere can create a viral dance trend, become a creator with a loyal fan base, and express their opinions about any topic, no matter how insignificant it can be.
It's crazy, so many people done popped from TikTok from doing nothing. For doing nothing, bro. You could literally be in a crib and, you know, get this shit popping. That shit crazy.
Could be. And if a user doesn't have any original content,
and if I was trying to, I would not sell this algorithm. The fuck, y'all not gonna know our secret sauce. They got that secret sauce. That shit going
share,
crazy.
They are free to engage with existing content and add their own input on it. TikTok has always encouraged sampling and recycling content to further drive engagement on its platform. This can come in the form of stitches or using specific hashtags that will hopefully rank your video higher in a video poll or the For You page. There are add-ons that can be made to your videos called sounds that basically just paste a recording into your video. This is typically used as background music or audio that adds commentary for the user to lip sync to. Depending on the sound you're using, this can have a massive impact on the attention your video receives. A trending sound can do a lot of heavy lifting to get a casual TikTok user with no following some decent engagement. Frequent users of the app have obviously caught on to this, and will occasionally take a stab at uncovering the next big sound to define TikTok's homepage for the next few weeks or even months. And of course, music is one of, if not the best utilization of the sound feature. So many new songs have been discovered thanks to creative user-generated content, utilizing a specific part of a song to create entertaining videos that can be shared universally. This of course doesn't just benefit the TikToker using it, but more so the artists themselves. It puts a musician's work on display for millions to hear, and that opens up a huge door for artists, big and small, to get the eyes and ears on the music they've always wanted.
Anybody could pop on TikTok. Anybody, like, I swear, and the video though gotta be 8 minutes long. That's the crazy part.
We had artists like Doja Cat feel a nice kickback when her song Say So was given a quirky dance by a popular TikToker. That dance went viral and the sound has now been used over 7.8 million times. Not every video using the sound is the dance trend, but most of the popular ones are. And there have been plenty of, I hate using this word, classics in the TikTok community that had trends that helped boost the song's recognition and helped encourage those who enjoyed the song to become avid listeners of it outside of TikTok. But not only that, independent artists and less mainstream artists from different corners of the country have been able to build a strong following by leveraging TikTok to make entertaining videos involving their music. With TikTok being more of a short-form favorite platform, artists can create vast quantities of videos that can tackle different forms of content, from skits to short music videos, and my least favorite form of music promotion, music pandering. Regardless of how you choose to promote your content, you have plenty of opportunities to create a viral video, including.
That's what I'm been telling my cousin, man. My cousin, he do music and stuff. So I'm like, you could freestyle on this motherfucker. You could do mini music videos on this motherfucker. You could upload a whole music video if you want on this bitch. You could do all that. You could sit right here at the desk, freestyle your shit. Like, if you a music artist, get on TikTok, man. They banned it, but now it's back. But if you an artist, if you a business owner, get on TikTok. It's y'all chance, man. Get on that shit, bro. I'm telling y'all.
Your music, because TikTok encourages users to post multiple times per day to raise your chances of visibility on the platform. If you continue experimenting and something doesn't work, then that just means you're a step closer to finding out what does. So those who are frequent students of the game have found formats that attract the right audience to gravitate them toward their artistry. So that leaves us with two outstanding opportunities for musicians to gain recognition on TikTok. We have witnessed probably the biggest rise in full-time label-free musicians in the last 10 years, and that can greatly be attributed to TikTok and the platform's ability to get musicians' content in front of users more likely to interact with it. If you're going to be an independent artist and not take the common route of going to LA, performing as a busker until a label signs you, and then handles everything outside of music so you can just camp in the studio, you're given some responsibilities you just can't ignore if you plan on being a musician full-time. Now that you have taken the role of an independent musician, you have now given yourself the responsibility of being your own manager, planning and executing your career goals, the booking agent, scheduling appearances and performances, the distributor, getting your music out anywhere that music can be consumed, and undoubtedly the most essential form of marketing, the content creator. It's without a doubt that social media is the #1 player in music marketing, especially for independent artists. Without it, there's no way of building a brand for yourself, and there's no easy way of communicating with your audience outside of playing shows. Unless you can miraculously sell out a show a day for the next 20 or so years, you better get on social media if you want your music to do anything. Being a content creator is more.
That's for any industry. If you a clothing brand, if you a motherfucking anything, if you like that nigga that be fuck with the animals, if you a nigga that fuck with animals and shit, if you if you a content creator, if you a sim racer, if you a fucking swimmer, if you fucking play golf, I don't know, if you a fucking gamer, bro, you can't do shit without social media. You can't do none of it. You can, but who want to be outside all day, like, talking to people, being on some word of mouth? Fuck that. I mean, you better make this content and make these posts. You know what I'm saying? Fuck all that other shit. Fuck the talking. That's what you. I be telling my homies this all the time, bro. They'll get it one day.
More than just having Instagram on your phone and posting a pic of yourself to your story, telling people, hey, check out my new song I just released. It is a start, But many artists have found much more success by playing multiple parts to craft visually entertaining videos that cater to the people they need to see the content. This requires a lot of extra time and effort outside of your craft, but the return on investment is astronomical compared to artists that don't. It seems that artists have also received the highest ROI from posting on TikTok compared to any other platform out there at the moment. Sometimes people tend to put too much focus into that one platform, and that leads the creator to fall into the whole putting your eggs in one basket dilemma. And that is where a lot of artists and small businesses are starting to feel the effects following the ban of TikTok. It has been estimated that a loss of around $1.3 billion in revenue is expected to hit small business.
Bread. Anything y'all doing? That number, 1.3 billion, that shit is back now, y'all. So make y'all TikTok and go crazy.
Businesses and creators in just 1 month of TikTok's ban.
This is bad. This is very, very bad.
And why is this just as impactful for musicians? Well, TikTok is a platform where creators and small businesses get the most engagement from utilizing the musical features than Reels and YouTube Shorts do. Now that they are left to focus on building their presence on other platforms, there is much less user-generated content surrounding music. It'll always be there because there are creators that make content based on promoting and reviewing new music, but nothing has been as organic and attractive to a social
Nothing is like TikTok.
media than the way TikTok has capitalized on utilizing music on their platform. Same for the musicians posting on TikTok. If they went all in and built the largest part of their followers on this platform, it will be very difficult keeping the same attention on your name and music on other platforms. Because as similar as Reels and Shorts seem, TikTok users like very different things about their app that the others just don't provide. Without it, it is very uncertain where those users will most likely go. Will they try out TikTok clones that are hoping to jump in its place following its ban, or will they just choose from Shorts and Reels since they might already had experience with them in the past? It's all very confusing and leaves a lot of the future of short form content in question, but of course this is primarily a music channel, so I want to focus on what this means for music and the artists being affected by this ban. I would have loved to weigh in the pros and cons of this, but it is really hard to find any reason this would benefit an artist in the environment artists are currently operating in. I mean, I guess you could look at it as a clean slate to discover new ways to get your music heard, but that just isn't an easy thing to do, and artists are going to be in a hurry to get a jump start on doing the next best thing to keep their streams and following where they want it. I think it's clear that we will see a larger shift to Instagram Reels and YouTube Shorts following the ban. I personally think that Instagram will be a greater focus point for artists moving on from TikTok. I believe Instagram has a great...
Instagram is good. Yeah, I guess Instagram good. YouTube too though, if you was an artist. But this the time y'all should be building everything else. Snapchat as well. Don't sleep on Snapchat. Don't sleep on Snapchat. That gives you good reach too. But yeah, Instagram is ass though. I think Instagram ass. Instagram is only for highlights.
greater focus on the influencer side of things and wants to promote the user themselves rather than the content that is being made. That is just off the top of my head, so it might be worth discussing in a future video if there is a short form focused platform. If an artist has not been cross-promoting enough and their TikTok followers aren't following them on the other platforms, those people might not jump to the next best platform to search for you because they were most likely following dozens if not hundreds of other users. The odds are not in the favor of the artist unless the follower is really connected to the artist's music. But if they were, it's pretty likely they would have been already following them everywhere else they could, including their streaming service. I'm not trying to be harsh. I really care and the artists out there should too, because there's a pretty good chance this is their livelihood. And I want every artist out there to leave this ban just as secure as they were before it. But it is very possible that future music releases may struggle a bit more without that extra channel to promote on. I do believe already released music will perform just as well as it. So hopefully at this point you have a decently sized catalog that has established your sound and displays your talent as a musician. One thing I'll say is I do believe artists will have to work harder to get people to listen to their music. Remember back when I said pandering was my least favorite form that popular at the moment?
Yeah,
artists will really have to focus on standing out as different and refreshing as possible.
You have to be a super content creator
if they want to grow a following, because there is no other platform that really encourages this type of marketing tactic. So while we have just a little over a week before this whole platform, followers know where else they can find you and encourage them to follow you along the journey because there is going to be much more in store. While you do that, immediately start studying these other established platforms already.
You gotta do this shit now, though. Now that y'all see that TikTok could be gone at any moment, it's time to cross promote on everything. I know it's hard. It's hard to post on every single thing, but it's fucking needed. It is needed. I'm not gonna lie.
You haven't, and start curating content for these platforms while there's still time to get a head start. It might even be worth it to repurpose content and start to focus on some longer form videos. I've realized that with posting short form videos and maybe merchandise, YouTube ads, sync licensing, and so many more. But do what feels right, because from what I've learned about this span is that we cannot rely on only one or two things. But make sure you're focused on quality. Hey, art is king. Create the art you want to create, but if people are paying to get more of you, just be sure you're giving them the best you got. Now, what does this mean for the music industry as a whole? I mean, we're still going to discover new music every day, and trends are going to spark somewhere else. We will just have to wait and see where the ring of fire lies, but I do believe we may start to see a resurgence in music videos, which would be great because this is one of my favorite ways to promote music. They have taken a backseat since the demand of them has dropped drastically in America, but who knows, it might become a hot topic again. I think a massive shift in building authentic fan bases will be crucial for smaller artists, but industry plants may crop up more than ever, boasting similar images to those of Sabrina Carpenter and Charlie XCX. I just believe that's because they're everywhere you can imagine at the moment, and it's not just for their music, but the persona they portray themselves as online. If this is truly the end of TikTok in America, then we know with absolute certainty on its own. There's still some hope for TikTok though. As of late December,
TikTok is back, y'all, so artists, don't depend on this shit. Make good ass music and cross promote yourself on every platform. That's what you need to do. And this is your boy Merkk, man. I'll be back with another video soon.